It's like they're literally looking at hockey and being like, what's something nobody's ever seen before? Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. And hockey.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 79 of Stick Talk Hockey. As always, I'm your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
We got the producer over there.
What's up, y'all?
And we are back again. Another episode. Regular season's underway.
God, it feels good to be out of that gap between the preseason, real season. What a nightmare.
It's just a weird time, and it's just so nice that every fan base has their teams playing. We just have some games that have real consequence behind them ahead of us now.
Yeah, and I mean, you get to see some of the teams and how they're coming out of the gate, and I don't know. I feel like I'm almost ready to do a Stanley Cup prediction.
Oh yeah, I mean next week we'll get our way early cup predictions in.
Absolutely, and it's a must.
It's an absolute must.
If you're in hockey media in Canada, you have to overreact in the first week.
Of course, 100%. Like I'm telling you right now, 100%. The Canucks will finish 0-82.
I believe it.
It's been decided. 2 games in. That's how we know how it's supposed to be.
What does that give you? 41 points.
82 points.
Oh yeah, duh.
Quick maths.
Clearly, I have been up for far too long already.
You have been. You were out at the Royals game today working.
Yeah, that was a blast. Always fun. Always fun down at the Save on Foods Memorial Center.
Getting it in. How's their season been so far?
Honestly, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They haven't. I think they've lost in regulation once now.
Okay.
But they're like 3-1-2.
That's not too shabby at all.
Not too bad. And in their bad games, they're forcing overtime, so they got that fight in them,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. Even when they're off to like a bad start, they still kind of stick around.
Who's that defenseman you were showing me? That kid that was cutting in, making plays everywhere.
Verhoff. Keaton Verhoff.
Yeah.
That kid is special.
Yeah.
I've seen like 3 games from that guy, and oh my God. 16-year-old, 200-pound, 6 foot tall, right shot defenseman.
Oh.
Playmaker. Fantastic feet. Great skating. Physical. He's the full package.
That's the kind of stuff that gets drafted.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's in his rookie year now, so it's not his draft year. He's not eligible.
No. Yeah.
But when he is, I think that's going to be a big piece.
Fun. Yeah, you'll be down there lots this year, so that means I'll also be coming down there, seeing the games. It should be good.
Hell
Catch some
yeah.
Royals.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pop in and see you in between my rounds.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, I'm interning with the Royals social media team, so I'm doing a lot of content curation and stuff like that.
Drop them a follow on social media. You can see more Royals content, more Trill content. What else could you want?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for this franchise and where it's going in the future. Like they have the city, they have the building, they have the team. It's just putting it all together now.
Yeah. Speaking of franchises, Utah, the brand new one.
The Ute.
They get their first game ever in franchise history, home opener, and I loved it. Their owner, Ryan, whatever it is, Ryan Smith. Is that what it is?
Yes. What's his wife's name?
Ashley Smith.
Ashley. Thank you.
I loved it. Like, when we think of owners in the NHL, at least when I think of them, I know what they look like. It's a lot of suits. It's a lot of and granted, it is a lot of the place, right? A lot of the owners around the league are people who live in that area kind of thing, you know. The Nashville one, that dude looks like he's from Nashville for sure. But I loved Ryan Smith out there with his wife dropping the ceremonial puck, Ashley. That was great. He's out there in a backwards snapback and a hoodie. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
I love Ryan Smith. He's bringing such a fresh take to sports, and it's so good.
It really seems like it. I mean, the Jazz seem to be a well-run organization. Not a lot of success to follow it, but a well-run organization. And now it looks like they're trying to translate that here.
And I mean, you have to commend the Jazz because even as they don't have that much success or toteable history,
Sure.
they still drive that gate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it is crazy how tapped in the fans are and how willing they are to go out and support a losing team.
For sure. I mean, what you gonna do in Salt Lake City? I don't know. I can't say too much. I haven't been there,
but I mean, like we could assume, considering the liquor sales were the best they'd ever been in that arena for the first game of the season. Where they say they clipped $120,000 in liquor sales.
Not too shabby.
That sounds problematic, but whatever.
Oh, I was gonna say promising.
I mean, it depends on perspective, right?
I suppose it does. Yeah.
Perspective really is a bitch and a half.
How do you feel about the seats? The seats are crazy, eh?
I don't hate it. I think it's kind of fun. It's really making the most of like the situation they have until they're able to go in next year and really redo the arena.
So I want. We'll put it up on the screen here. Look at those seats in the corner. Yeah, where that dude's sitting with the circle. That seat's got to be fantastic.
That's a sick ass seat.
That's the view from it right there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Right above everyone in the corner. You get that's one of the best views in pro hockey right now, probably.
Yeah, honestly.
No one in front of you.
The rail seats on the single view, they have this thing where I guess you can only see one end of the ice when you sit there.
Yeah.
So they call them single goal seats.
Yeah.
And it's a limited view, kind of like when you sit behind the pillar at Fenway Park.
Yeah.
But the front row looked kind of sick.
It did, yeah.
Because there's like there's a guard railing, but it's not solid, so you can see through it.
Yeah.
So you're like right on top of your goalie looking down on like the boards.
Right.
It's very cool.
That's very cool.
It sucks for anyone behind you because they're looking at your head and can't see the goal.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like I would love to sit front row in the single net seats just once.
Looked like a really fun first game for them. I mean, they win the game. Dylan Guenther scores. Clayton Keller scores. Another just dagger into my Canucks fan heart every time Dylan Guenther does anything amazing that we traded him for OEL. Anyways, really exciting for them. There was a brief "We want the cup" chant, and that's a little, okay.
Let them have it.
You did play the Chicago Blackhawks in Game 1. All right, like let's maybe pump the brakes a little bit there, but also have your fun. Have your fun.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Ride the hype. You still are Arizona's child at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. They were playing the Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks rolled out a power play 2 that made the rounds on social media this week.
Rolled might be a generous verb. They clunked out. They hobbled out.
So Chicago, let's go to their first power play unit first. The first power play unit, look, I'm not happy about it, but I also don't hate it. You got Tyler Bertuzzi, Teravainen, Connor Bedard, Seth Jones. It's not horrible. Throw Nick Foligno up there at center to win the draw. I got no problems with that.
Sure.
And then you get down. That can't be the one that they rolled out.
That's not the one they rolled out.
No,
actually.
No.
They rolled out Ryan Donato at center.
Okay.
Sick.
Big Pat Maroon at left wing.
Yeah.
Patrick Kurashev at right wing.
Okay.
Alec Martinez and Craig Smith on the D.
Yo, that's unbelievable.
I'm pretty sure that's Craig Smith.
16th NHL season, Craig Smith.
It's the boy. Like truly.
Like why?
Truly, like for a team that like really added this year and tried to get better, it's like there's no way that's a power play unit. It's like they're literally looking at hockey and being like, what's something nobody's ever seen before?
What's gonna be the big draw?
What are we missing here? Oh, Pat Maroon on the power play. No one would ever think to do that. Let's do it.
It just baffles me because like this is a team that like went out and added. Like,
I
they
know,
went out
I
of their
know.
way to add
I
so they
know.
wouldn't be in this situation, and then they still rolled out an AHL power play too.
I think Alex Martinez is like insane.
I do like Alec Martinez.
Like-
I won't dump on him, but
But like, is he the second best offensive defenseman on this team?
like
Between like Vlasic, TJ Brody, Wyatt, Connor Murphy.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
yeah, like Vlasic has some upside, but like not really. Murphy's kind of just a hits and blocks guy.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate look. For a team that like it's hard to dump on too much because like they're just bad. We just know that they're just bad. But at the same time, it was making the rounds, and it's like we got to touch on that. That's just
I will dump on
unhinged.
this team for being bad, honestly. Like, because you don't have any right to be this bad, especially as an original 6 team. Like, I understand committing to the rebuild, but like, you didn't. You went out and bought.
Yeah. See, I feel you for sure because they should have committed more.
It just feels like synthetic tanking.
Yeah, like they got forced into the tank with basically just because like people either retired, like Keith or
Got hurt, left early.
yeah, and then you have Taves who LTIR retired.
Yep.
You have Kane who has been good since he left, but like it wasn't going well there, and the hip problems and all of that. They got kind of forced into it, and then they did it for one season, and then got Bedard, and we're like, and we're back,
Yeah.
and that's no way. That's no way to do it.
Yeah, they were reading the Pittsburgh manuscript, but like
You know what?
skipping through Acts 1 entirely. Like,
See, though, the annoying thing to me is that I don't think they were reading the Pittsburgh manuscript. I think they were reading the Rangers manuscript and going, well, now we're Chicago. We're an original 6 team. We're an attractive market already, and we have a guy who could end up being one of the best players on earth. We'll get all the free agents. We don't have to do this rebuild.
Chicago is not New York.
I don't know.
The best thing Chicago has as a tourist attraction is a silver bean. I
get
cannot
that.
tell you the last time I traveled to a city to touch a bean.
Hey, yo.
I have touched some beans in different cities, but I've never traveled
Look.
there specifically for it.
No, but Chicago absolutely like don't like I don't think it can be overstated. Like Chicago is absolutely an attractive city to play hockey in. It is a major American market where you have that New York sort of pedigree of like you can be a superstar if you want to, and you can also hide if you want to. You have all of the like things that a major city has, like nightlife and things like that places like I don't know, I don't want to dump on any city here, but like somewhere like Minnesota might not have, you know what I mean?
Or Utah.
Yeah, totally. And it's a storied jersey, a storied arena. The Madhouse is like a historic hockey thing, you know what I mean? I think that I don't think there's a problem with seeing it as similar to New York in that sense.
No, I don't disagree. I just think that New York has so much more razzle dazzle.
This is not like exactly hockey related, but I feel like when people think about America and like the most American cities, and people tend to think of New York, and being like the things that like America holds dear, like they're patriotic and they're blue collar and they're hardworking and they're yada yada. And to me, like the biggest like embodiment of that is way more Chicago and probably Detroit even than New York.
I was gonna say Detroit, and honorable mention to Boston, just because like
Sure, yeah.
I think that like any city in the States that like is a major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And the people are just like they say it has personality.
Sure.
They're just fucking rude. That's
Yeah,
their
baby.
culture.
I feel like Boston has a little bit too much of that, just like full on Irish descent to it for me.
Yeah.
Whereas like at least like Chicago and Detroit are much more of that like classic like American melting pot thing. You know what I mean?
Or like Philly,
Yeah, or even
where they're
Philly,
just like rugged,
city
blue
of brotherly
collar, like
love. Yes.
yeah, like yeah. I don't know.
all 06 cities, by the way.
Look at us go. We made the rounds.
There you go. We made the rounds indeed. A couple of good matchups. Toronto, 2 games now, 0 goals from their top 6. Whoa.
And no Joseph Wool.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. But Stolarz looked really good.
He did.
Really good.
I know that story with Stolarz, though.
I was going to say, I am not changing my goalie predictions. He is staying in C tier because I know that it's going to dry out in 10.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Jonesy has a prediction that Austin Matthews is going to score tomorrow, which will be Saturday. This episode will have come out by then. But
Against the Penguins?
yeah. Jonesy and I got each other matched up for week 1 of fantasy yet again. Once again, our division in ESPN, it's me, you, Jonesy, and then who else is in it? Is it just Ben?
Ben, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, what a division.
That's
it's a heavyweight division.
That's iconic.
Yeah, the other division is just like an absolute child's play compared to us.
It's a nightmare. I don't even think Austin's playing this year. He like didn't draft and then was like, someone take my team.
Oh yeah,
What's up with that?
that's our our old producer, Big Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Who missed the entire draft and then is now trying to sell the franchise.
Classic.
Classic. How do you feel about doing another blind ranking this week?
I'd love to.
That was fun last week. We got a couple comments of people really enjoying that. So
Really quick.
Yeah.
In the first week, who do y'all have as like your breakout, like must watch emerging star?
oh,
I might have some recency bias here, but like Dylan Gunther's been
that's
nasty.
really good.
We already mentioned him, but like you gotta mention him again. He's been nasty.
He's looked really good.
Kucherov hat trick first game.
Yep, no problems there.
Eichel 4 or 5 points in his first 2.
I don't know.
Nasty.
For me, I think the guy, I've only seen 1 game from him so far. I just watched it tonight, but he looked pretty enticing right out the gate to me. Dominating play, led Philadelphia in shots, made some really ballsy cuts to the net from weird angles and stuff too. Matvei Michkov.
I've yet to see a Michkov game, but I'm very excited for it.
I know it's like not exactly a hot take to say this guy's going to be good, but I was impressed tonight. No points, but I was very impressed.
Fair. I was very impressed with Lane Hudson actually on the same kind of wavelength.
I have yet to watch a full game of Lane Hudson, so I don't have a take there yet, but I plan on catching some Habs games this week. So
I didn't catch the full game, but what I did catch of him, holy Christ, that kid's skating is unparalleled. I don't think I'm...
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched that kid skate last year, and I thought, nope, that guy cannot skate.
I watched this cut move
Yeah.
against the Leafs, and god damn, he made that whole line look stupid.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing came of it. He just ended up behind the net, dished it out, and it went back the other way. But like the fact he made the move, like it was Crosby-esque.
Pucks off the glass, skates on ice, the roar of a crowd when the home team scores a big goal. Nothing beats an NHL game live. Sometimes you're there for a big game and you know it's a big game. We've been to a couple game 7s and they've been just fantastic. But other times, you don't even know what the impact of that game is going to be. I ended up randomly picking up tickets to a Canucks and Penguins game on a random December Monday night. And that ended up being Bruce Boudreau's first game in Vancouver, the beginning of the Bruce There It Is chance and era. These things can only happen if you go. And if you want to go see a game, or not even a game, if you want to go see a show, if you want to go see a concert, Game Time has you covered. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. Like I said, it's not just sports. I'm a big Porter Robinson guy. He's coming to Vancouver in a few weeks here, and you can find tickets for as low as $27. The app has a great UI. It's super easy to browse. It's super easy to find exactly what you're looking for, or just see what's going on around you this week. And if you're going somewhere you've never been before, see views before you buy are a fantastic way to see what it's going to look like from your seat. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. The quest for the Stanley Cup starts now. The puck's dropping on the 24-25 season. Get in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. Coming up, we got a great Tuesday slate here. I'm excited. You can find the Philadelphia Flyers at plus 185 over the Edmonton Oilers at dash 225. The Oilers have had a heck of a start to this season. But that's not everything. We got Chicago and Calgary. We got Seattle and Nashville. We got Minnesota, St. Louis, Vancouver and the Bolts, Vegas and the Capitals, New Jersey and the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a great day to watch some hockey. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
I'm gonna have to get some eyes on him like real quick then, because that was one of the things, because our good friend Jacob Krismer traded him away in Fantrax, and that was one of the things I said when I was talking about it, is I have yet to see excellent skating from Lane Hudson, and at his size I think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he's got an edge there now, that's a scary thing. That kid could be nasty.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, his mechanics could still use some work. It looks like he is trying to cut onions with his feet sometimes.
Sure.
But he's efficient, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It just looks like shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he's so efficient with it that it doesn't matter. He's absolutely blowing tires off of guys.
Right. Jonesy, do you have a breakout star? Or a breakout candidate, I should say?
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough one.
Tristan Leno,
Yeah.
Anaheim Ducks rookie defenseman.
Yep.
If he gets the start,
Feeling high on him.
I feel really good about that kid. He is
All right.
special.
All right.
And Bowen Byram. I've been
Bowen Byram. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, he's had a rough few years.
Yeah.
And I think the Buffalo is as bad as Buffalo's year is going to be. They're not making playoffs.
0-3, ouch.
But I think Bowen Byram's going to have a career rebuilding year.
All right. I like it. Jonesy, you want to do some blind rankings?
Hell yeah.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
this week we're going to do NHL first lines.
Hells yeah.
I think that's going to be a fun one. That's a kind of a hard one to rank up top, but I like it. I'm excited. All right, Jonesy, what do you got for us?
Okay. First line that we got
Mm-hmm.
are the Nashville Predators,
I hate you.
The Nashville
which
Predators.
consists of Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, and Gustav Nyquist.
Wow.
What?
That's a very difficult first line to rank, because Philip Forsberg had, 50 goals last year?
Indeed.
Yes.
Wow.
fantasy champion.
Ryan O'Reilly's like 78 years old, but man, is he effective.
He might be. Oh no, there's Revo still. I was gonna say he might be the only guy without a visor, but we still got Revo.
Revo's still around. I think Luke Shen's still playing too.
Oh yeah. I forgot he didn't have a visor.
He's on this team.
He's on this team. That's correct.
Crazy.
All right, Nyquist. This is a really tough one for me, but I think it's like a very mid-tier first line. Like Nashville has a lot of things going for it, especially in its depth. But I think there's a lot of teams in the NHL that are one-line teams, and that one line's the top line.
Yes.
So a part of me wants to put this at like 3, because it does feel really mid to me, but we could get screwed by that pretty hard.
I almost want to put it at 4.
Really?
I think Ryan O'Reilly just doesn't offer that much offensive upside, and Gustav Nyquist, aside from the last year he had, is a fucking bum. Sorry. He played like 7 seasons in Columbus, never once eclipsed anything he was supposed to, and then moved to Nashville, had a great year playing next to a great player. Most of his points were of assists. Like
I know, but they did have such an excellent year together last year. That's the hard thing, is like...
But they were the only 2 players to play together all like consistently all year. That whole team was like in nightmare mode for the better part of 3/4 of their season.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the team.
I'm just saying,
We're
like
talking about that line.
Yeah, but like that line was also like it wasn't like you were getting the line broken down in power play time either. So like that line is like skewed, right? Like if we're looking at this line just as even strength, it's a 4. But like if we're looking at it as what it was last year, it's probably like a 2. But the only reason it's a 2 was because
it's not a 2.
They were so effective on the power play. Like
I know, unless we get like the Oilers, like how many 50 goal scorers are we gonna have on this list? I don't know. Although I do think I'm okay with 4.
I'm not buying Gustav Nyquist being that great of a player.
And I'm also not buying Ryan O'Reilly being like, if this was a one-line team, this line couldn't carry them.
100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I like Gustav Nyquist. I wish he could do more.
I could not tell.
I do. It's just
that, like, I'm gonna clip that next to you saying Gustav Nyquist is a fucking bum.
I feel like Trump right now. No, he's a good guy.
Okay, yeah.
Great wheels.
But yeah, you do like the guy. Yeah.
I like the player, and I wish he could do more, but like he's just never around. He just feels like he's invisible half the time, and that's not a first liner.
All right, we can lock in 4 then. I'm okay with that.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Gustav Nyquist had the best season of his career last year.
Yeah.
And I spent all summer trying to trade him in Fantrax.
Yeah.
We have a 16-team league, and I couldn't trade him to anyone.
Yeah.
0.
I mean, yeah, what were you asking?
Like a pick. A second. First liner, second.
Yeah,
I wasn't even getting a counter offer. I was just getting hard nose. It wasn't like, oh, okay, like I'm interested, but not for that price. What about a third? Or hey, how about a prospect instead? It was just like flat out no. Conversation over.
I like
with
it.
Everyone.
All right, 4 it is. What do we got next, Jay?
We got the St. Louis Blues.
Citro, I'm worried that the 4 slot might burn us. Jake Neighbors, Robert Thomas, Braden Shen.
I like this line. What do you mean?
I mean, look, I don't mind this first line. I think this first line's worse than Nashville's.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Why?
Robert Thomas is arguably way better than Ryan O'Reilly. He actually still has a shot. He has wheels. He has vision. Jake Neighbors is a step away from being pretty damn good.
Okay. A step away from being pretty damn good.
M. Shen is not a slouch. He's just kind of invisible because he's such a journeyman player.
Look, I agree with that. I've been a long time up
Okay.
and down owner of Braden Shen in fantasy.
Ma-
Never cracked 30. 20 goal scorer last year on your top line.
20.
Not even 50 points. Ay. Dog.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Can you
1,
give me
2,
some
3,
Jake
4.
Neighbors stats?
He ain't. It's not gonna be very good.
It's not gonna be anything. I don't even need to see it. Can you bring me Robert Thomas?
Show me the Jake Neighbors stats too.
Fair enough.
Unless I'm confusing him with someone else, but he's like what? He's 23.
He's young, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Robert Thomas is sick. Yeah, he's probably their best player.
I mean, he's still not like,
180 point season. Okay,
but like we're talking about like now, right?
I'm talking about now. Yeah.
And like a lot of these, like minus Shen, obviously.
Okay.
Like these two guys are like in their next step phase where they're gonna be very good right now.
Maybe. Yeah. No. Trill. There's absolutely no world where that top line is better than Nashville Predators right now. There's no shot. Maybe if you were saying, like if we were saying, okay, I'm gonna take one of these lines for my team for the future. I get saying St. Louis. There's zero shot that first line is better than Nashville's.
Yeah, fine.
We have to go 5. We have to go 5 for it.
Yeah, we do. I
Now we're in
really,
a corner though.
I really like this team. I like this line.
I
think I
don't
just
hate
have
that. Yeah.
bias on it. I'm just really biased towards these players. I like all three of them. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't like Ryan O'Reilly and I don't like Gustav Nyquist as like,
Yeah, but
they're
I mean,
effective
we gotta,
players.
yeah. But I mean, we gotta look at it.
great guys, great locker room guys.
Sure. They gotta be 5. Jay, don't kill us here. What's up? What's next?
I got the. And by the way, this is pre-planned. I'm not just
I know.
choosing devious
Uh-huh.
stuff.
I know.
I got the Washington Capitals as the third first line here. Washington got
we cooked
Ovi,
this list.
Dylan
We
Strome,
cooked
and
this list.
Andrew Mangiapane.
What the
We cooked this list. It's over.
3?
Yeah, we got to go 3. I mean, it belongs below both of those probably. Just for right now. I mean, look, I like Dylan Strome. I do. I like Mangiapane and I like Ovechkin. I love all these players.
I actually don't like Mangiapane that much. I think he's like a.
I don't love the guy.
I just don't like him as a first line.
No, me either. But I like the player.
Yes.
Like, as a whole.
Yeah.
And I like Dylan Strome for that matter as well. I just don't like him as your 1C.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I very much appreciate him as like a 2 or 3C.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent.
All right, Washington's 3. What do we got, Jonesy?
What did you do?
Yeah.
Fourth team, we got the Winnipeg Jets,
1.
consisting of Kyle Connor,
One.
Mark Scheifele,
It's
and
one.
Gabriel
Velarde.
Velarde.
It's 1.
Why?
It's just 1. Kyle Connor is
I know Kyle Connor's electric.
an elite sniper. Mark Scheifele's been consistently fantastic for 10 years. He
Yeah.
had one bad season, and that was like in the midst of Blake Wheeler.
Did
hitting
you
the
get
skids.
Mark Scheifele in ESPN?
No.
Wow.
No, I didn't. It's the first year without him.
I know.
I'm a little heartbroken, but
I'm actually like I felt my heart break a little bit for you right there.
I went out for Eichel though.
I do love Jack.
I prioritized Eichel and Hamilton.
So you're right. All of these players are fantastic. This is a great first line in the NHL. Big fan of it. The main thing here though is like what first lines are ahead of it. Like Edmonton,
Vegas, Colorado.
Yeah. Would you say the Rangers? Maybe.
I'd
I'd probably say Tampa's first line. One line team. But
as
yes.
a one-line team. Gensel,
But yes, Gensel, Kucherov for sure.
Kucherov,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Point, yeah.
Maybe the Devils. Jesper Bratt,
Maybe.
Jack Hughes, and
Maybe.
Dawson Mercer. It's not a bad line.
So then, 1 or 2?
1.
You think 1?
I think 1.
1 it is.
I just think that the odds of drawing a
One of
team
those
that's less
teams.
good is like,
But
you know,
this fucking guy Jonesy, I know he's about to do it.
yeah, probably.
Well, Trill, you mentioned Jack Eichel. And
Eichel!
that is funny because our 5th team is the Vegas Golden Knights,
All right.
consisting of Ivan Barbashev, Jack Eichel, and Mark Stone.
I don't even hate
So this
as
is
a
your
2
2 spot.
I was
fine.
actually gonna say I don't mind this at all in the two spot.
No, I love Mark Stone, but I also am not like jumping at the gun for Mark Stone to be on my line.
Yeah, he's kind of been made of glass.
Exactly.
Barbashev.
Ironic name.
I'm a big Barbashev guy, but I'd rather have Kyle Connor.
Yes.
You know.
I would much rather have Eichel over Scheifele.
What's that, Jay?
I was going to say, but you'd rather have Eichel over Kyle Connor.
Eichel over Scheifele, I'd rather have. Yeah. Oh, you mean
And Kyle Connor.
And Kyle Connor. I would. I'm a huge Jack Eichel fan.
Yeah, I just think that like what you drop off with Barbashev, you don't make enough back with Eichel in like the gaps.
Is Gabriel Velarde that much better than Ivan Barbashev?
No. No.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think a little bit better. But not like obscenely. But
I think he's tangibly better. Like it's like you look at the 2 players and you go, yeah, these are not the same. But I think that like they just like Barbashev doesn't have injury issues. Velarde's never played a full season.
that's very fair.
That's the big difference.
It's actually very fair. Yeah, let me see Barbashev's stats there.
Like he's just all right.
What's his career high? 45 points. Last season was his
60.
career high.
60 and 22. 26 goals, 34 assists. He's never clipped 30 goals.
Okay. Give me Gabe.
One
Let's see
season
what
in 20
Gabriel-
goals. He's only clipped 20 goals once, and that was in 22.
It's very close.
Yeah, it's very close. Yeah, Gabe just can't stay healthy though.
That's the big thing,
That's
though.
the-
I mean,
that's
like,
a huge thing.
if
But
you
I'm
take
True.
the
same with
but if you run the numbers on the splits, like his
Mhm.
splits look insurmountably better. 36 points in 47 games is a good season.
That is pretty true.
Like, if we were to adjust this based on like the actual time they played and the
Yeah.
points they accrued, I feel like we would have like a much more solid answer.
like full picture on that. I agree. I like at the end of the day, I really think if we had the slots still open to choose 1 or 2 for either of these, I wouldn't be horrifically mad at putting either one over the other, Winnipeg and Vegas.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I think they're both like
I think
really
I think that Eichel's the best player of the 6,
yes.
but I would probably like take Winnipeg's line like barely.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I'm a big proponent of snipers on the wing.
I got no problem with
and-
that.
Kyle Connor's about as elite
Yeah.
a sniper as they get.
Yeah, so what do we have here now? We have Winnipeg at 1. The Vegas Golden Knights come in at numero 2. And then what
The
did we,
Washington Capitals.
Washington Capitals
at
at 3. Yeah.
The Nashville Predators at 4.
Yeah.
And the St. Louis Blues at 5.
Actually, I don't hate that. I actually feel pretty good about that.
I don't.
What do you mean?
There's no world where Washington's first line should be above Nashville's.
Yeah. But I mean, the rest of it, I don't feel that bad about. I like it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's fair. That's fair, actually. It ended up being a little bit better than I thought it was going to be.
And
I thought for
Washington's
sure-
got Ovechkin. You've got to account for the Russian.
I thought for sure Jonesy was going to give us like the Habs at the end there.
I did too.
Yeah. That's
I thought we were just walking into like,
certain death.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a pump fake, give the best team, and then just nothing but garbage after.
You know, though, I want to pitch to our listeners here. I want to hear y'all rankings on this
Yes.
because I do think there's a lot of room for debate in these. Like this is a good mix of top lines to pick. That.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd also like to revisit this with second lines at some point too.
Yeah. We'll I think we'll do these pretty regularly. They're a lot of fun, and people can play along with them. It's a good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we should also do a blind ranking of like nicknames for lines.
Interesting.
Like the Devil's fourth line
All
right now
times.
is called like the meat line.
Yeah, 5.
Big, big,
5.
big meaty men
5.
slapping meat.
5. What are you talking about? I can't even think of like line names off the top of my head.
The Lotto line.
I was gonna say
Lotto line. My one is the West Coast Express. Although the Lotto line's actually a heater. 649, the Lotto line, that's a heater name.
that's a banger 9. What do you have anything else that happened this week that you wanted to talk about? Like
No. I'm just so happy hockey's back. We got to have some fun. We talked about what's going on a little bit. We got just watch some hockey. I'm just ready. We'll be back next week with a whole lot more hockey talk.
yeah, hell yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Trill's been working all day. Jay's got to get up at 10 a.m. to watch this game tomorrow. We already here late tonight.
Yeah.
And
Go Tigers. Go Mets.
Tigers. And
How about those Mets?
yeah, those Mets. That's true. Go Tigers. Go Canucks. Go Devils. Go Penguins.
Dirt.
As always, I'm your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
That's our producer.
Big J.
And keep your dang head up.
Keep your head up.
Boom.
Stick talk. Stick talk.